Hello everyone, this is Sean from Sean's Model Builds, and this is my first video of the new year. It's actually going to be an unboxing video because I found a model kit, the Batman and Robin Batmobile Model Kit, and it made sense to me that I should do an unboxing video of my Batmobiles and Robin's Redbird model kit. I have about 3 other Batman kits, but that will be the subject of a later video. You know, one's the Batwing, one's the Bat boat, and the third one is the Bat missile. But this will very well just focus on the road vehicles. So I'll get everything out of the way and we'll focus on the first one, which is actually the original edition Batmobile from the 1989 AMT Ertl model kit, as you can see here. And let's see, copyright date 1989. There you go, right there. Yeah. So should be able to see everything from this angle, and we'll take a look. Now, of course, in those days, they didn't have anything on the bottom of the box. It wasn't something to actually motivate you to keep the box, I guess, in that regard. The instructions aren't too yellowed. You can see the movie symbol here and the description about the Batmobile itself. Man, the instructions are quite long. I mean, the sheet is long. It's almost like an 8x14 or 11x17 sheet. You can see some of the instructions here. Yeah, so there's step 1. The interior bucket, cockpit and everything. Then you go to step 2, which is basically the assembly of the main body, with its hidden guns, of course. Step 3, which is, body interior before the main body. So you attach it to the underside, all right. And then step 4 is the rear body assembly, complete with the rear thruster. Although it's called an afterburner there. And there we go. So the wheels in step 6 and the tires. And you assemble the actual body to the chassis itself, complete with the cockpit. And of course the machine gun is on the hood, grappling hook, and then of course the final vehicle. Now there doesn't appear to be, it's strange, there does not appear to be painting instructions unless they're embedded in the actual kit itself. Okay, here we go. For further realism, paint the interior flat black. Okay, so most of it is black except for parts which are chrome. It tells you which part to do in which order, so that is very helpful there. Yeah, so the instructions. You can see how yellowed the inside of the box is, but Alright, so you got the chrome tree. Here we go, with the wheels and everything. I'm keeping everything in its box. That's the great thing. I mean, someone was nice enough to put all the loose parts in a Ziploc bag here. And apparently there's some spare parts from a tank or something. And the body is in its own sealed bag. You see that? The body's in the sealed bag. The sprue tree parts are all in the sealed bag. I'm not going to open them up right now because there's 4 kits to look at. But there's some black wheel backs. And the interior bucket is in there and everything. So that's really good. So I will put that kit away. And we'll take a look at the next one. Hopefully keep this video under 20 minutes. Next one is the Batman Forever Batmobile. You can see how it's quite different. But again, an original. You can see 1995 there. And this one's from Revel Monogram, but it just says Revel on the box. Or Revel. I'm not really sure how it's pronounced. Okay, so let's see how different the scale is. So 125 scale. There you go. So you can see how it looks quite different. And you can see how the instructions are broken up a bit. Oh, well, you would if I went this way. You can see how the instructions are broken up a bit more. Refer to back page for assembly instructions. Back page? Well, let's see what's on the back page. Oh, I see. Color guide. And of course, because it's using Revell paints, I will check what is the color I can use for Tamiya. Clear smoke. Well, I hope it's... Alright, let's see here. So that's good. It's quite stylized. You have the steering column, and you have the instrument panel, which remains chrome. But the good thing is it tells you which parts to make what color. So that's helpful. Alright, so that you paint those silver, the seat. Okay, so that's pretty good. Alright, well this is quite detailed. It tells you how to assemble the suspension and the wheel backs, the inner wheel. Okay, no glue, so it can roll freely because it's not a spinning axle in this case. Tires. Oh, light blue inside there, and then the bat symbol. Okay, well that's a decal. Oh, I see what you mean. All right. Small tires for the front, big tires for the rear. Okay, good. Good to know. And of course you assemble the body to the chassis. You attach the headlights. Now I don't know if clear smoked, if it comes as smoked like the Knight Rider kit did, or if you have to use a smoky clear on it, which Tamiya probably has. And there's the fenders. And, oh, there's the tailpipe or the afterburner. Fin assembly. So there are two options. You can have the fin assembly open or closed. And there's what the looks like if it's open. So it splits up into two, and closed if it's one. And then there's the final assembly there. And you can have the canopy open or closed. Well, we take a look at the cover of the box. You see how it has one fin on the box? But you see how clearly the Batmobile from the new one has two fins. Or maybe three. So that would be a great way to divide it up. Distinguish among the two. Now, this one, everything's loose in here. You can see the, there they are, the decals. Don't know if they're still good or not. And of course, all the sprue trees and vehicle parts on this are pretty loose already, but no one built it. They just somewhat took some parts off their sprue trees. That's all they really did here, but that gives me an opportunity to see the various sprue trees. Like, there's the steering wheel. Here's the fins. Here's some of the inner wheels. Here's another part of the bat wing. I mean the car itself. The good thing is all the parts are numbered. It even tells you what sprue tree it is. So that's even better. And here's the final one that is the black piece. So that's great. And the good thing is you have all four tires. So small ones here, so that's the front. And the big ones here, those are the back. These are Goodyear GT radial tires. Okay, good grip on those. And of course, not only the chrome tree, which you can see here, but the loose pieces that came off the chrome tree, which you can see here. So that's good. All the parts are there. And the model was just never built. Well, that's not the first time I've run into that. An unbuilt model. I mean, the Miami Vice Testarossa, which is out in the living room on the shelf. That wasn't built either. Except for a tiny, tiny part of it. But that didn't stop me from being able to build it, so that worked well. Okay, so there we go. That's that model, and I'll go get the next one. So far, so good on schedule. So the next vehicle to look at is my newest purchase. It is the Batman and Robin Batmobile. Now, I don't know if George Clooney actually enjoyed being in the vehicle, the movie, or not. If he'd ever show up at a convention and get an autograph from him as Batman for the vehicle. Maybe even on the box. There's the tires. They seem a lot thinner, and they're all the same size as the first set of tires. There's the chrome tree. Doesn't look that different from the Batman Forever one at first glance. But it's got all the parts numbered. And there's the second chrome tree. So there we go. Ah, the afterburner again. All right. And then we get into all the black parts are in here. So basically the body is fairly identical to the Batman Forever, but it does have subtle enough differences that they decided to make a separate kit. So that's a good sign. Oh, there are the decals. So I'll slowly put everything back in. Here's another. Remember that smoked glass I talked about in Batman Forever? Well, here's the smoked glass bag for Batman and Robin. So that's quite good there. There we go. All right. So we'll put all the parts back in. And we'll take a look at the decal sheet. So let's see here. Make sure the part numbers are upright. Oh, there you go. Not only do you have the Batman and Robin symbol, but you have controls, probably for the beside the steering wheel, and then all the other decals. And I'm sure the instruction guide will tell us how to put everything in there. In this case, the instruction guide was on the on the bottom of the box. Here's the paint guide. So I'll have to find the closest to me. Flash I already have. It's a folk art flash. That's what I have. All right, so there's step one. So it looks like you put the chrome pieces in from the inside so that they will show through. So unless otherwise stated, all parts should be semi-gloss black or left unpainted. And you can see the sections there. All right. Ah, well, see, there we go. The decals, where they go. There you are. They form a semicircle nearly. And of course, once you assemble the body, there is some detail painting to be done in there. So to prevent a lot of unnecessary masking, I'd probably paint the body color first and then do the detail painting second. Oh, there's a few more decals. At least I think that's a decal. Yeah, those are decals, all right. Are they? Oh, maybe not. 24. 20 and... That's strange. Chrome parts. Ah, so that's what those are, chrome parts. Got it, all right. And then there's the tires. They all look identical. You can see that here. Again, more chrome parts are the circles outlined in gray. Oh, there's even a little Batman symbol section there. So, oh, look. Oh, I see. That's the figure. So this one actually comes with a figure. Well, that's great. There you go. That's perfect. Ah, I see. This section here is his chest piece, which is painted two different colors before you assemble it to the figure itself and put it in the cockpit. Attach the wheels to their axles. That's good. So they'll spin freely. And then, of course, you attach the fins and the canopy. And then you have two fins, right and left. That's good. And then there's the rear view. All right. So that's just one more thing to look at, which is the Batman and Robin motorbike. I'll be back with that. Okay, so here's Robin's Redbird, again, by Revel Monogram, which would seem to imply that it is from the late 90s. So let's see if this side gives us a copyright date. Aha, here we go. 1997. So again, that makes three 3 things from the original run of those movies. That's good. That's really good. Alright, so that's the box. That's the side. Okay, so here are the instruction. This will be my very first motorbike. That's why I started by building everything from the fictional first, you know, my favorite TV shows and movies. There we go. Alright, so the front wheel assembly, the exhaust, the fork assembly. Gee, they sure are big enough to take up most of the space on the pages. There's the rear wheel assembly. The body itself. Thin down flat black paint to create a black wash. Well, I have a Tamiya black wash. I could use that too. There we are, more assembly. There, the main body. Oh, it has a stand. Yeah, I guess because it's on 2 wheels, it won't balance itself well, not like a car would, so you would need the stand, that's true. And of course, there's decals, handlebars, tail lights, tailpipe. Ooh, there's even decals on the bicycle. I mean, the motorbike. Look at that. Oh, interesting. And again, just like the car, it comes with a figure. And there's quite a lot of detailed painting in here. The mask, the hair, the flesh, the legs, the arms. Oh, that's quite good. It's quite good. It's really quite detailed. Center front wheel of motorcycle. Test fit figure and arms so hands will wrap around handlebars before gluing. Yes, that makes a good point. All right. Well, that's quite good. So now we'll take a look at the model itself. Again, all the parts, most of them are in their bags. Here's the decals. So I bet those are some for the dashboard and probably for the spare wheels and everything. This one says 1996. So here's the chrome pieces, including some of the wheels themselves. Still look quite good after all this time. It's almost a clear mirror finish. Look at that. You can see me. Now that's really something. The way the angle is, you can see my face. And it works with the other one. Really distorted though. Doesn't reflect as well on this side as you see. And all the chrome parts are numbered. They're all intact. They're all on the tree. And look at this. Oh, okay. Oh, well, someone opened the bag, which I guess you don't need now. Ah, his cloak. In that light from the camera, it looks almost like a bluish, not a black. Yeah, you look at these plastic pieces, they look like they're a very deep blue. Look at that. That's really something. There's the body of the bike itself. Now, yes, you might be missing the other tailpipe, but I'm sure it is as part of the loose pieces. So obviously, this model was brought out, but it wasn't actually built. They just took, here's some of the parts of the body. There we go. Yeah, so I probably give him a gray primer, and then that'll be a lot easier to paint everything. Here's his back half, well, his bottom half, there you go. Trunks, front and back, that's good that they didn't fall off. Here are the 2 wheels. Now, it's hard to tell which one is which. There's printing on one side, though. Now, these clear pieces, I'm going to make sure they're not at the bottom of the, box. They're going to be at the top. There's the other tailpipe, as I mentioned, and that's all that was in the box. So I'll just put the pieces back in as they were originally. It's the best way to do it. Yeah, sometimes you find a better way of putting everything. Alright, chrome pieces are in. Tires, clear pieces, tailpipe, decals, and the instructions. And there we are. So that's back in its box. Oh, that's the end for this video. You can see the 4 Batman vehicles there in what I like to call the fictional cabinet. You can see here why the car is the fictional cabinet. There's the Robo Police Cruiser, Acto 1. I have Acto 1A on another shelf behind me. The actual, what'll be the 68 Herbie, what'll become the 2005 Herbie, the 66 Batmobile, what'll become the true Knight Rider, the 4 Batman cars, Austin Powers, that's original issue as well, just like these two, and this one. There's Christine. Pull it forward just a bit. There you go. Miami Vice Testarossa, because I already built the Daytona Spider. Fast and Furious Honda Civic. Smokey and the Bandit, Starsky and Hutch, Grease, and the very first model car I bought over 4 years ago now, the Dominic Toretto's 1970 Dodge Charger. He's not the only actor who's still alive that can sign the box that these vehicles came from, so that's a good thing. And of course, you probably want to know what I'll be doing for the next video. I will be doing more work on the 1000 scale landing legs Voyager. Came from this box. And I did a bit of work on the bottom section. I did some of the saucer decals, transporter emitters, phaser horseshoes. Now, it's interesting. Some of the phaser horseshoes broke up, but they only broke up into 2 pieces, so I was able to ease them back together again, even if they're a bit crooked. Registry number, Captain's Yacht decals, although these 2 decals failed, so I actually used my orange highlighter. And you can see the iridescent on here and here. Not sure if I'll do it on the other Voyager, the 1000 scale with the base, the one I want to get Kate Mulgrew to sign. Well, we'll see. And I did some of the decals up here as well. And I finished the escape pods on both sides of the secondary hull. And you can see the iridescent here and here. Oh, and the bottom of the nacelles. There you go. See the registry number pinstripes. Oh, and speaking of that, what I did here is I did the pinstripes along the secondary hull, and I did most of the details along the side of the saucer, including the trench sensor strips. It's getting very blurry. That's a bit better. The trench sensor strips, as you can see here. Now, if you look, the background color is a slightly more bluish, brownish gray than I actually picked for the painted sensor strip, but that's all right. It's something to narrow down. And as I took a closer look at the show, and as you look here, you see? But that still trends towards a brownish gray. What I intend to do is use a greenish gray for the one on the stand. And you see how all these windows are painted dark? Well, I used the Revel Guide. And that's why I'm making these windows lit up with the decals. And you see how dark this is? Well, mine is clearly not that dark. But the hull color, pretty close. Pretty close to what's on the box. And I made the phasers a lighter brown, and I think I'm going to keep them that lighter brown. Well, you never know. I might make them a darker brown to match the show. I'm going to try. This one's a bit of an experiment with color. And the one that's going to be on the stand that I hope Kate Mulgrew can sign. Because I found out GalaxyCon July 29th, Raleigh, North Carolina. And since I intend to take the second block of summer leave, still 3 weeks long, so I can go to PowerCon in Ohio, figure I go to GalaxyCon first, get Kate Mulgrew to autograph this Voyager, then I go to PowerCon, like I did last August, and get more Motu Origins figures. But what I also intend to do is go in March break and visit the Eternia Dream store outside Washington, D.C. and do the same thing. So anyway, that's all for now. So this section of the video, this end, will be considered a preview for, I guess it's part 5, possibly part 6. I think it's part 5 of the Landing Legs Voyager build. I'll have more footage to film in 2 days' time at the Hobby Club meeting. So, talk to you all later. Hope you had a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and welcome to 2023 for Sean's Model Builds. Bye-bye.